For the first time in an extremely long time, guys, an extremely positive XRP indicator is flashing a bottom signal in this video. I want to talk about exactly what that is, as well as something that the XRP ledger is absolutely getting right. It's turning into a very big issue for Bitcoin, guys. In this video, we're going to talk about that, so make sure to stick around for this whole thing. Like always, you support me so much on this channel. Thank you to everyone who likes and subscribes. And with that said, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So, guys, we're going to talk about a very important price indicator at the end of the video, but I want to start off with something super interesting. It looks like it's now official. The XRP ledger should be quantum resistant by 2028. Now, this is extremely exciting because quantum is likely the biggest problem blockchains are about to face, and the XRP ledger was just so happened to be built perfectly for a quantum era. The XRP ledger has an extremely important feature that allows you to update any XRP address to automatically be quantum resistant. This means that every single XRP in all of existence will soon be quantum proof, likely well before quantum computers could be an issue. But guys, that's not necessarily the case on most crypto networks. In fact, on the Bitcoin network, they're going to have to make a very difficult call on how to handle quantum computing. And that's because the Bitcoin that stands today cannot be quantum proof. It needs to be moved. Now you're probably thinking, well, what's the big deal? Everyone can just move their Bitcoin. Well, a lot of Bitcoin has been lost forever, including coins like Satoshi's coins, which have never been touched. If these tokens can't be moved, which a lot of them can't, quantum computers will be able to hack them and sell them on the market. So what Bitcoiners are proposing to do is essentially make it so someone can tap into those wallets and move those coins for those people. Now, the problem with that is that kind of really makes it sketchy on what the real value proposition for Bitcoin is. If someone at any given time can go into your wallet and move your Bitcoin, is that going to change the ethos of the entire Bitcoin community? Guys, it's important to realize that XRP ledger is decentralized money, as Vet says right here. No person or government can take it away from you. That is extreme value, and for the longest time has been the essentially narrative behind the Bitcoin network. But guys, if in order to make it so the Bitcoin network is quantum proof, they're going to have to hijack wallets, because that could potentially be a massive, massive problem. Because it's important to realize that there's going to be a line that has to be drawn. Yes, Satoshi's coins, we likely know he isn't ever going to move them, so maybe those are safe to move. But there's other very large wallets where people don't actually know if that person's gone forever, or maybe just doesn't pay attention to things and is just holding stuff in a wallet and saying, you know what, I'll just come back to this in 10 to 15 years. Are they going to break into his wallet as well and move his coins? That's why this is such a big issue, and it's going to be a massively controversial point in the Bitcoin community. They're going through enough troubles right now with their BIP 110 proposal, where essentially they're trying to limit the amount of spam on the blockchain, and it's massively divided the community. What is so nice about the XRP ledger is it was built to handle these things. And I think it just goes to show that David Schwartz and the other people behind the XRP ledger, after they saw the flaws with Bitcoin and built XRP to be more resilient, I think a lot of these things are starting to show. Guys, there are a lot of reasons why Bitcoin is the #1 cryptocurrency in the market today, but there's a lot of reasons it might not be in the future. Take a look at what's happening with mining right now. A lot of miners are turning off their Bitcoin miners to go pursue AI. This is something that Satoshi could have never forecast. And these are all hurdles around the corner for Bitcoin that the XRP ledger simply doesn't have. Now, guys, at that same exact point, we're starting to see some extremely exciting institutional movement. What the IMF just said is that the entire financial system is about to be tokenized. And tokenization is a massive upgrade that is going to reshape how the financial system operates. I think not enough people sit back and say, you know, these things we're seeing right now, these are not narratives. These are not just, oh, people are just throwing things at a wall and seeing what sticks. This, at this point, is a plan to reshape the financial plumbing with digital assets at the center of it. Guys, while every other crypto network essentially built for a future where these financial institutions went away, Ripple built for a future where these financial institutions adopted this technology. And I think a lot of people get really distracted on what won out in crypto 1.0, and not enough people pay attention to what will win in crypto 2.0. Did the extremely early internet companies, the people like Napster, the people like LimeWire, some of the most important internet services in the early days end up winning out? No, because they pursued a business plan in a utility that wasn't long-term sustainable. It turned out that stealing music and essentially free downloads and opening up the dark web wasn't necessarily what the future of the internet was really going to look like once it was institutionalized. Because the players that leaned into institutional adoption and went against the ethos of some of the earliest people on the internet, those were the players who won during this second wave. And I think too many people look at the XRP ledger of the past and write off the XRP ledger moving forward. When the truth is the XRP ledger was never built for the down with the banks mentality. It was never built for no more government mentality. It was never built to disrupt the entire monetary system. In fact, it was ushered in to help it. It was ushered in to build better rails, not to take down governments and banking institutions, but build financial services for those players that brings them into the space age that we're currently living in. Guys, I believe that simple idea of going against the rest of the cryptocurrency industry and trying to tear everything down, but rather build it back up, is one of the biggest reasons why when we look back at this 4 to 5 years from now, XRP is going to be the most obvious cryptocurrency by 10 miles. The market's going to figure that out. And guys, I believe the market might figure that out sooner than people are anticipating. Right now, for the first time ever, we are seeing more people betting on XRP going down than going up. About a 65% chance people are betting that XRP ends up below $1. Guys, I have seen this story so many times. The market goes down when people are over exuberant to the upside and goes up when people are over exuberant to the downside. The truth is the pain trade is just getting overcrowded, in my opinion. So many people are thinking these chains are dead because they're just focused on the wrong things. If you were a crypto bro of the past and you were betting on NFT adoption and meme coin adoption, guess what? That probably is dead. And a lot of the things we saw in DeFi that were completely unsustainable were probably dead too. And right now, the market is writing off that every single cryptocurrency had that strategy. But no one is paying attention to the real material things that are happening with the players who weren't focused on that type of activity. The truth is players like the IMF, the BIS, and almost every Main Street, Wall Street institution coming out and talking about tokenization, it's only a matter of time until they adopt it. And what player, right, in the cryptocurrency industry even has the licenses to actually facilitate that? The only player I know in all of crypto who even holds a money transmitting license is Ripple. So when these Wall Street firms and these big governments go to adopt cryptocurrency technology, how are they supposed to work with any other project if they don't even have the appropriate registrations to be moving money in the States? The truth is the competition is a lot slimmer than what CoinMarketCap would make it out to be. Because a lot of the cryptocurrencies are just in one massive competition for an era of crypto that's likely behind us at this point. And the players building for the real adoption of this industry, they're few and far between. And the reason for that is it's just harder to do. It's hard to get the compliance right. It's hard to pay for all these legal obligations when your future is uncertain. It's hard to get the licenses. It's hard to get a board that will even get you into the rooms with financial institutions to make those licenses pay off. And with the vast majority of people in crypto just being developers who are offshore or extremely young in age, they're just not trying to build for that future. They're trying to build for a future that's just retail adoption, because in that world, they don't have to worry about all these other things. But guys, the bigger bet has always been to invest in the long term and say, you know what? In 15 years from now, what is going to be true? Are we going to be living in a brand new financial system that's a grassroots movement where we don't use banks anymore, we don't use financial services, and everyone operates out of a wallet? Or the biggest banking institutions that have trillions upon trillions of dollars just going to get bigger and just going to get stronger and simply adopt the technology that's going to make them exponentially more powerful in the future? While I totally love the idea of this grassroots movement and everything falling and cryptocurrencies being the only currency of the future and fiat going away, I just don't think that's a realistic plan, at least not for the next 100 years. So if I'm going to make bets on the future, I'm going to bet on the most likely probability, which is the financial institutions that are running on outdated technology are just going to upgrade. And the players who are waiting for that upgrade to happen are going to be poised to get the money where 99% of it stands, which is within the regulated financial institution as it stands today. So guys, get ready. There is a massive change taking place, and everyone is focused on the future that didn't work out. All while we have been focused on the player that benefits from that future failing, which is the largest financial institutions upgrading their technology and XRP being at the center of it. Thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. For now, Mickle out.